I know why your last foreman quit. I'm telling you, it wasn't the pay. It definitely wasn't the hours. You'd be surprised at what it was, though. It wasn't even the crew. It was because every single day, your foreman, guy or gal, walked into chaos. There was no plan, there was no prep, no clear way to win the day. And that wears people down, even your best people. There's a quote from Jocko Willink that nails it: discipline equals freedom. But here's the thing: if your foreman doesn't have a system to run the day, he doesn't get freedom or she doesn't get freedom. They get frustration. Instead of leading the crew, he's answering the same questions, solving the same problems over and over again. Okay, so there we are. We understand the problem. So really, you have to ask yourself, and I have to ask, what's the fix, right? It's fine to understand the problem, but what are we trying to fix here? And you might be surprised, but you might also know at the same time. It starts with structure, just simple, repeatable structure. As you've heard me say a million times, we need simple, simple systems. Just to give you an example, a few minutes ago, I had somebody cancel a meeting on me, and it happens every once in a while. And what it does is it throws off our system, our communication system. So now what we're going to do, here's a simple system idea. Hopefully you can use it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to end every meeting by confirming the date and time of the next meeting. Because if they're not going to be around, or if I'm not going to be around, we need to know that up in advance. That's a simple, simple system. Does your foreman have systems like that? Do you have systems with your foreman or your supervisor to do that? The training that we run, it's called Foreman and Supervisor 101. We give foreman tools like a 1-week working block schedule. Imagine that. One piece of paper that shows everything that's got to happen this week. It's super easy to follow, right? Then we also have an outline for a 5-minute daily huddle. 5 minutes. You can get through a 20-person company in 5 minutes. You believe that? Now, when you have a simple system and you follow a structure, that can happen. But you have to learn how, and you have to teach people how. I mean, that's what we do, is teach people how. You have to put that system in place. Then the other thing is a prep checklist that actually saves time, doesn't add more. When your foreman uses tools like this, they start to take control of the day. And the chaos starts to shrink. You get more jobs done. There's less rework. There's less overtime. And way less stress for everybody on the floor. And guess what? When we nail it, everybody gets to go home on time as promised. How nice would that be? And you've probably seen it if you've ever had a foreman or supervisor, whatever you call them, right? Foreman, supervisor. By the way, this could be a foreman on the floor. This could be a foreman in the field. This could be your install foreman. This could be your engineering or estimating lead. Doesn't matter. But if you've had one of these great leaders burn out before, well, you know the feeling. It's constant churn. I mean, we're burning through really good people here. What a waste for them and a waste for us. That turnover, and I've had this before, that what's going wrong feeling. By the way, I've had that as the foreman and as somebody who had foreman on my crew. Well, this is it. Like Jocko says, discipline equals freedom, right? Discipline equals freedom. Like I was saying, simple systems. If you want your foreman to stay, if you want your foreman to really excel, him or her, at their job, maybe they're just running the painting department. Maybe they're a sub-assembly lead. Maybe they're the install for. It doesn't matter. You see, it's about leadership. We have to give them the discipline of a simple, simple system and let them finally do what you promoted him or her to do in the first place, which was lead. Stay tuned here. I'm going to be doing more Facebook Lives, walking you through what we've been learning in running the foreman training. We do lots of surveys. You've probably seen me talk about that here in the other lives that I've done. We're getting info back from people. What's really interesting is that, like any class, there's people who are ahead of others, right? The companies, the owners that are really ahead of the others, do you know what they're doing that's a little bit different? After each class, they're staying in their room, wherever they're having the meeting, and they're talking about things for just another 30 minutes. Now, some people say, well, hold on a second, Dom. It takes a lot of time to have my foreman off the floor for an hour. And so they're seeing it from a scarcity viewpoint. These other leaders are saying, okay, let's do the hour with Dom and his team, and then let's spend another half hour talking about how we're going to put this in place. What are we missing? What are we already doing? How can we make the most of this? And funny enough, those are the companies that go ahead again and again. I want you to be like those guys, right? Be those people. Be that kind of company that takes this kind of information and puts it in place and uses it and gets the benefit of it. All right. Thanks for checking in. I want to keep this one short and quick. I hope you got a lot of value. Leave a comment here if there's anything I can help you with. Have a great day.